I always tell my friends, what's the difference between a restaurant and a hospital? In a restaurant, there's a menu. If you don't like it, you go to another restaurant. In a hospital, there's no menu. All the sick people get the same medication. God forbid, they'll all die before you look around. A hospital is, every person needs different medication. The problem sometimes with very religious Jews is that they look at Yiddishkeit like a restaurant. Everybody has to do the same. Everybody has to do this. And if you don't like the menu, you're not a Jew. The sad truth is, a beautiful truth is that Torah is medication. You know, the Gemara says that the Torah is food, and the Torah, God's teaching, also medication. Medication is, everybody needs something else. And we need so much more tolerance. So much more tolerance. On one hand, Yiddishkeit is getting stronger every day. On the other hand, I see also getting more less tolerant, which is because we are driving out our kids again if we're less tolerant. What we need in the 90s, we need yeshivas with so much more openness to the world. You know what happened in most yeshivas? They're teaching, but still they're teaching that there is no world. There is no world. Then you come out and you see the world is beautiful, and you fall apart. But what we need so much more openness to the world, and not to make Yiddishkeit less. You know, I'll tell you something, if I say my wife is the only beautiful woman in the world, right? Then I walk out into the street and the first beautiful woman throws me off. It's not true, my wife is not the most beautiful woman in the world. But there are 2 million beautiful women in the world, but this is my wife, there's something else. I don't always have to knock the others in order to make my big. The second thing, which is very, very important, you know, until the 6 million, I have a feeling that we Jews really were not communicating with the world. We are living like alone. We're like really like outcasts in the world. And sad as it is, the 6 million, when they walk through the gas chambers, I have a feeling they open gates in heaven for us to communicate with the world. And it's sad that right now the people who communicate with the world are mostly Jews who know so little about Yiddishkeit, who know so little, and they're really not our messengers to the world. And it's time that we, so to speak, religious Jews, should come to the world and say, we have a message for you. You know, the Bible, everybody reads the Bible, but the way they read the Bible in English is a catastrophe, because I always tell my friends, if you read the Bible in English, King James Version, you might as well read Peyton Place. It's more interesting. Yeah. The Bible is so deep, but you cannot just read it in English. You have to know it with all the commentaries. And without making ourselves big, we Jewish people, we received the Torah on Mount Sinai, and we are ready to give it over to the world. If you need me in the 90s, Yiddishkeit has to be so much sweeter, so much deeper, so much more open, so much more connected to the world. You know, we teach everyone about keeping Shabbos. Why don't we really teach them how to love your wife, how to love your children, how to love the world? We talk so little about it, right? You know, just, you know, really. You know, when people get married to learn all the laws of family purity, it's very, very holy. There's a time when husband and wife should not be together. But why do we teach them how really to be together sometimes? How to be close to each other? Everybody's teaching us how to teach our children, keeping Shabbos, keeping every law. Very few people teach parents Gewalt. You're not permitted to pass your child without kissing them 1,000 times. You are not permitted to see your child without giving them strength and tell them how beautiful they are, how special they are. Why did we teach everyone in the world you're not permitted to look at your wife even 1,000 times a day without telling her how much you love her? And teaching our sisters to, you're not permitted to look at your husband without telling him how much you love him. There's so many areas which we haven't even touched yet.
Yeah.
And we better open up. We better.
Yeah.
Got to.
So we're focusing in on the wrong things.
You're focusing on important things, but We're forgetting the inside stuff. You know, we're just learning in Ishbitzer. It is possible to do everything right, to be so off. Like a father, you are right.
Right.